Hello YouTube and welcome to Turmoil in the Toybox. I'm your host Aaron Hauser, and tonight we're going to be reviewing the brand new NECA quarter scale Gollum from The Lord of the Rings. Just to give you an idea for the scale of this figure, here is Gollum standing straight up. He is about 9 to 10 inches tall approximately, and as you can see next to the quarter scale Harry Potter figure from NECA, he's very small. Now this is the same scale from the films, and although he's a bit smaller than I anticipated, what he lacks in height he makes up for with an immense amount of articulation and a fantastic amount of detail in the skin and the facial features. He fits in nicely with the other 4 quarter scale Lord of the Rings figures that NECA has released, and although he may be the shortest of the bunch, he's definitely not lacking in detail. So as you can see, this guy has a phenomenal amount of detail in his face. Everything from just the wrinkles in his forehead, the creases around his cheekbones and everything. If you look on his head, you can kind of see these slight veins that are visible on the top of his scalp. The pock marks, everything. They just did a fantastic job capturing all these little subtle bits to the character and the way his body looks. That it hasn't been seen on a figure of this scale before. Now, this figure is using the newer sort of flesh-toned plastic that NECA has been using with the Nightmare on Elm Street figures and specifically the Rocky series, and it just really works wonderfully here. It's more apparent in some of the smaller features like his ears or his feet and hands. But it just lends itself wonderfully to a figure like this. Some other phenomenal details on this figure include the scars on Gollum's back from where he was tortured in Mordor while they were trying to find out where the ring was located. He also has some nice implanted hair on the top of his head. It's a bit longer and darker than I remember from the film, and honestly I don't remember him having that much hair in the film. But altogether, it looks nice on the figure and adds another kind of nice detailed layer to his appearance. One of the things that was surprising about this Gollum figure was the amount of articulation that is available all throughout his body structure. Everything from the ankles, the knees, the hips, the waist, which has sort of a mid-torso point there, the wrists, elbows, the upper shoulder there, and then the lower shoulder portion actually rotates as well, and then the head, which is on a ball joint. Now, a lot of people I've heard have said that this has way too much articulation to it, to the point where it kind of just detracts from the aesthetics of the figure. I will say that it is very apparent in especially like the knees, in the torso, and in the elbows especially, but the rest of this figure just looks fantastic. And if you have him in that sort of crouch position, you really can't see it all that much. And another thing that I wanted to add about this that was very cool is that they actually included the peg holes on the bottom of his feet. So if you wanted, you could actually stick him on a 7-inch scale figure stand to help him stand up if you had him in a different stance. Overall, this figure is just a major win for NECA. Although I was expecting it to be a bit taller, I was just blown away by the amount of subtle detail in this figure that really captures the character perfectly. A large amount of articulation, a lot of fantastic detail, and the price on this guy for $40, you can't beat it. This is also, I might add, a really great Christmas gift idea. Came at a perfect time during the year. There might be a rush for it with The Hobbit coming out and everything. But this is at 9.5, 10 inches tall. This is great for somebody's desk at work, bookshelf, just for any Lord of the Rings fan. I would highly recommend this. You know, and for 40 bucks, like I said, that's not a bad price at all. But yeah, fantastic figure. Definitely go out and get this one. Looks great with the other 4 quarter scale figures that NECA released from the Lord of the Rings. But yeah, I can't stop singing the praise for this figure. But that's about it for this review. If you have any questions about the figure, just leave them in the comments below and check out some of my other reviews. As always, thanks for watching.